On October 30th, 1961, humanity created something so powerful it was never meant to be used. A bomb so massive, its shockwaves circled the Earth 3 times. This is the story of the Tsar Bomba, the most powerful weapon ever built. To understand why this bomb was built, we have to go back to the height of the Cold War. The United States and the Soviet Union were locked in a race, not just for power, but for survival. Whoever had the strongest weapon held the world's fear in their hands. By the early 1960s, both superpowers were testing nuclear weapons at an alarming rate, but the Soviet Union wanted to send a message that could never be ignored. Under Soviet leader Nikita Khrushchev, scientists were ordered to build a bomb unlike anything the world had seen. The project was led by physicist Andrei Sakharov, a man who would later regret what he helped create. The bomb was originally designed to be even more powerful, 100 megatons of destructive force. But scientists feared the radioactive fallout would be catastrophic, even for the Soviet Union itself. So the design was scaled down to 50 megatons, still more destructive than anything before it. On the morning of October 30th, 1961, a specially modified bomber flew over Novaya Zemlya, a remote Arctic archipelago in northern Russia. The bomb, nicknamed Tsar Bomba, meaning Emperor of Bombs, was so massive it couldn't fit inside the aircraft. Parts of the plane had to be modified just to carry it. At 11:32 a.m., the bomb was dropped. It detonated at an altitude of 4 kilometers, using a parachute to give the aircraft enough time to escape the blast. What happened next defied imagination. The fireball from the explosion was visible from over 1,000 kilometers away. The mushroom cloud rose 64 kilometers into the sky, 7 times taller than Mount Everest. The blast was so powerful, it shattered windows hundreds of kilometers away in Norway and Finland. The shockwave circled the Earth not once, but 3 times, measurable on seismographs across the globe. To put its power into perspective, the bomb dropped on Hiroshima in 1945 had a yield of about 15 kilotons. The Tsar Bomba was over 3,000 times more powerful. Even at half its designed power, the test proved something terrifying. Humanity now had the ability to create weapons capable of altering the planet itself. Had the bomb been detonated at its full 100 megaton design, the radioactive fallout could have endangered Soviet territory itself. The test became a turning point. Scientists, including Sakharov himself, grew increasingly vocal about the dangers of the nuclear arms race. Sakharov would later become one of the most prominent critics of nuclear weapons, eventually winning the Nobel Peace Prize for his activism. After the Tsar Bomba test, no nation ever built a weapon this powerful again. It wasn't practical for warfare, too large, too destructive, impossible to deliver accurately in a real conflict. Its purpose was never to be used. It was built purely to demonstrate power and to instill fear. In the following years, the world took its first real steps toward nuclear restraint. In 1963, the Partial Test Ban Treaty was signed, banning atmospheric nuclear testing, a direct response to tests like this one. The Tsar Bomba remains to this day the most powerful weapon ever detonated by humanity. A single test that reminded the world just how close we had come to a power we could never fully control. Some inventions are remembered not for what they destroyed, but for what they warned us never to build again. If you want to see more untold stories from history's most dangerous moments, subscribe, because some stories are too powerful to forget.